Hey my friends, this is Loli. Welcome to Loli D's Creations. Let's jump right in to this inspiration. I started by using one of these beaded garlands from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint it using my full card gold paint. I gave it a total of 3 coats. Once that dried, I'm going to come in with this pick of poinsettias and this other pick. They are both coming from Dollar Tree. I am cutting them to individual stems so I'm able to arrange them in the ways that I want. I'm going to create 2 separate bouquets using 2 of these red poinsettias on each one. Some of the flowers were deformed, so I'm going to use my heat gun to heat it up and try to straighten them up to come back to the state they were in before. Then I take this pick from Dollar Tree as well, and I'm going to remove that tag and cut this into individual stems. Then I took 3 of the pieces and bunched them together, and I'm going to combine it with 2 of the poinsettias to form my bouquets. I just kept arranging the flowers and the picks in the back until I was happy with the outcome. Then I took some zip ties from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to tie this bunch together using it. And I'm repeating the same thing to create the other bouquet. Once I was happy with both bouquets, I just cut off that excess zip tie, and now we are going to attach it together onto our ring here. But first I cut off the excess stems from the bottom. I didn't want them to be poking out on the other side, so I cut them kind of medium because I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to place them. I can always tie this on and then trim them. So here I am buttoning them very close together, and I'm going to use again zip ties to attach this to the wreath form. However, I kept the zip ties very loose until I was happy with the placement, and then I tightened it. So here you see me exactly putting the bouquets on, trying to figure out exactly the placement of them and how close I want them to each other. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to add those zip ties to the back, but again, I'm keeping them loose so I have any space for me to maneuver or change things. So here I'm happy, and I tightened up my zip ties, and I'm adding a couple more for some stability and some security as well. My friends, I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for clicking on my video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. To my subscribers, you guys know I love you dearly. Thank you so much for your ending support. I truly appreciate you. All right, my friends, as you see here, I'm cutting off those extra pieces of the stems to clean it up a little bit in the back. I'm here fluffing my flowers all over again and bending this. This one was poking out a little bit too far out. So I took another zip tie to tie this down to make this a little bit more symmetrical. And the other side was not too bad. It was enough with me just bending it towards the wreath form a little more and then stretching out those picks. And once I was happy with the placement, I'm just gonna remove that extra pieces of, actually here, I removed a piece from that stem and re-added my poinsettia. It was sticking up a little bit further than the other ones, and I didn't like how it worked out. And I just added a little bit of hot glue on the piece and put my poinsettia back on, and that fixed it. And that is it for this one. Look how cute that is. More of it in the final reveal. My friends, so this video is part of a collaboration. It is the Everything Merry, and it is hosted by Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun, Katie from Lady Red Crafting, and the guest host this month is Rebecca Virginia from Rebecca Virginia DIY. The link to their channels and to the playlist will be linked in my description box below and also pinned in the comments. Head on over to their channels and to their playlist and show everyone some love. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe. Let's jump right in to this inspiration. I'm going to use one of these little, it looks like a key holder from Dollar Tree, the core set. And I'm going to remove all 3 of the hangers using this screwdriver set that I also got from Dollar Tree. Then I'm going to sand down the places where these hooks were because they're a little bit raised, and I also sand down any extra paper that was on here as well. Then we are going to take some multi-surface white apple barrel paint and completely cover the letters on here. I give this about 3 to 4 coats. I really miss my chalk paint, so I might have to just bite the bullet and get it. All right, so once it was dried and had all those coats, I'm gonna take some of this napkin from Dollar Tree. I got it during graduation season, And I thought that it looked like a starry night, so I'm going to use it for this. What I did is I placed it as you see there, and then I'm creasing the edges of the pitch of the house so I'm able to see exactly what I need to cut. So using that indentation as guides, I am cutting my piece of napkin right on there. And I did this to have the closest and most accurate fit. Once I was sure that everything matched, I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to completely cover that surface right there that I painted earlier, and making sure to have Mod Podge in every little nook and cranny, every area of the surface, so make sure that my napkin is going to adhere to that surface completely. Then I remove the backing of the second ply of the napkin, and I'm going to place it right on the little house once that Mod Podge has. I'm making sure to have the same here, making sure that everything is nice and straight, that I have no spaces in between the roof and the rest of the house. Once I was sure, I took some parchment paper and my little iron as you see there, and I am pressing it down onto the surface and making sure to get into the little edges using the corner of my iron. And what this does is it reactivates the Mod Podge and makes the napkin adhere securely and with virtually no wrinkles. So in the middle of an ironing, I kind of broke a little piece on the edge as you see right there. So I just took a piece of the hanging over napkin, and I'm taking a small brush with a little bit of Mod Podge and I'm adding it to that edge area right there, and added that on top, and then took my parchment paper and my iron and position it in place, and it's good as new. Now I'm using the burn method to remove the extra napkin off the surfaces, and this did a good job, but it was some charted edges that were not that clean, so I'm coming in with my nail file to clean off all those areas. The areas here at where the roof is, I needed to come in with a smaller file to clean those up. Then I took the trees out of this kit from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the little pieces that are at the bottom sticking out that would have been holding them up on that wood piece. And then I'm going to take this multi-surface white chalk paint from Folk Art, and I'm going to completely paint all of these trees. While that dried, I'm going to go ahead and take this gold paint from Folk Art, and I'm going to fully cover the roof area using this. I gave it a total of 3 coats. Once all was dry, I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to remove that sticker from the back, and I'm going to add a stand. So I'm using 4 tumbling tower blocks, and I glue them with some hot glue and some wood glue in pairs of 2, and I'm going to glue them to the very bottom of this house, making sure for it to be flush with the bottom to allow this piece to stand on its own. Now it's time to attach the trees to my piece. I use a combination of wood glue and hot glue to attach them. Friends, if you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to like, comment, and share, because sharing is caring, and it helps my channel grow. So here I come again being extra. I took some of this white puffy paint from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to add it to the very bottom of the trees where the snow is there, just to give that raised effect. And I also added it to the peaks and each of the branches of the tree along the entire perimeter of all 3 trees. But I didn't stop there. I also did it to the roof, just painting like snow drips along the entire roof. Now I'm adding some of the fall snow from Dollar Tree onto all the painted areas to give this the sparkle it needs. And that is it for this one. Alright, for this next inspiration, I'm going to use one of these decor signs from Dollar Tree. I painted it with a full coat of my chalkboard paint from Dollar Tree using a sponge brush. I dried it with my heat gun, and I revealed a couple areas that need a little more paint, so I added more paint to those. Put that to the side, and I'm taking this napkin that I also got from Dollar Tree, and I'm using this brush for water. I think it's a watercolor brush, and I'm using it to outline my snowman. And here I'm just removing the back end and making sure that it fits nice. Then I'm taking some of my apple barrel white paint, and I am creating like a snowy effect on the areas that the snowman will be sitting. And then I took the back of my paintbrush, and I am adding some little specks all over the black to resemble snowfall. Then using my paintbrush bristles, I did smaller specks. Dried it all up with my heat gun, and now we are going to add Mod Podge to that white snowy area I painted. My snowman still didn't fit, so I added some more paint to it, and then I added my snowman onto there and added some parchment paper and took my heat press and pressed it all down. But guess what? It got so stuck. The parchment paper had to pry it off, being careful not to ruin it. Then here I'm taking some more of that white paint and I'm outlining the red areas of the snowman to remove any harsh lines and blend everything together. I did the same to the bottom, and now I'm adding this Merry Christmas sign that I found at Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint it using my, I believe it's Crimson Red from Waverly. All right, so once that dried, I am going to glue it to the very top section right here. But I wanted this to be kind of 3D. So I took a piece of popsicle. I cut 4 different pieces off, stacked them in groups of 2 to have this be nice and raised. And I'm gluing them with some hot glue. And then I'm going to glue it to the back of my Merry Christmas sign, as you see right there in both sides. And then I'm going to glue that sign to the top of my sign. And that is it. Let me know what you think. More of it in the final review. Here we go with the next inspiration. We'll be using one of these wood cutouts from Dollar Tree. I removed the tag, and I'm going to be using also one of these tile adhesive tiles from Dollar Tree. I'm going to place it on top of my Christmas tree and make sure that it was properly adhered, and then I'm going to cut off the excess using some scissors. Since these tiles are only adhered on the edges, I had a flap as you see there. So I took my hot glue gun and I am tracing the edges of my Christmas tree as you see there, but I'm waiting a little bit before I place that other part down to allow the glue to cool down a little bit and not melt my plastic. So if you have a low temp glue gun, go ahead and use that instead. Friends, if you're still with me this far into the video, thank you so much. Leave me a Christmas tree emoji so I know who you are. All right, now we are going to paint this using this crimson color from Waverly. Then I took this gold color metallic paint from Folkart, and I'm going to take a makeup brush, put a little bit of it on it, and I'm going to glide it along all those raised edges to reveal the beautiful details. And this is how it's looking so far. Look how pretty that is. Then I took some of these berries from Dollar Tree and I'm going to cut them into smaller sections to create like a garland effect onto this. Since they are wire, I was able to loop them around the back and hook them. And I'm going to just add a little bit of hot glue on the different sections. But here I want to position them all first to make sure that I have them in the spacing that I desire. And once I'm happy with it, I'm going to come in with hot glue and adhere it to the back. I'm going to take one of these stars that I got from this pack at Dollar Tree and I'm going to glue it to the very top of the Christmas tree. And I took some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree and I'm going to add it along the entire seam on the side of the Christmas tree to cover those unfinished edges. And this is how it's looking so far. Then I got one of these round bases from Dollar Tree and 2 of these tumbling tower blocks as well. First thing that I did was add some wood glue to one of the tumbling tower blocks in the center, and I'm going to use some hot glue at the edges and I'm going to just pair these up belly to belly. Then I'm going to take those tumbling tower blocks and glue them to that wood round. Here I'm just making sure that it is enough to stand this up, and it is. So I'm going to take again a combination of wood glue and hot glue to attach this exactly right there onto that wood round. And here it is so far. Now I'm going to take some of my gold paint from Folk Art and completely cover it with it. Then I'm going to add some hot glue to it and glue the tree onto this piece. Then I took one of these plastic cups from the catering section at Dollar Tree, painted it gold on the inside, and glued it in front of the Christmas tree. Then I took one of these little tea light candles from Dollar Tree, and we're going to position it right inside of that bowl, making sure that it works first. I always test this and I have a hard time, and of course here it wasn't working. Finally, then there you go, it started working. So I just place it right in there, and that is it for this one. Make sure to let me know what you think. Our next inspiration here, I'm going to be using another wood cutout from Dollar Tree and another adhesive tile as well. As I did with the previous DIY, I'm just going to remove the backing and adhere this to the front of the wood piece. I trimmed off the excess using scissors. And glued the two pieces back together. Then I got this metal ornament topper from another Dollar Tree sign. I'm going to be removing that dry glue that I had on the back so I can start fresh. I'm just going to scrape it off using my spatula and add some new hot glue over it and position it at the top of my new ornament. Then I flipped it over and added some more hot glue at the back to make sure that this was nicely secured. To cover up the edges, I'm using some of this tubing from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to use it to line the perimeter of this. And this is how it's looking so far. I took the word joy out of this packet from Dollar Tree and painted it black using this chalkboard paint. Then painted it silver using this Folk Art silver metallic paint. Now while that dried, I'm going to take some of this sparkly, it's like a charcoal colored vinyl from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut a piece that is big enough to be like a swatch right in the middle of this ornament. What I did was crease the vinyl as you see right there in order to find out exactly how to cut the rounded edges right there. And using those indentations, I removed the excess vinyl. My friends, if you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, and I hope you will consider subscribing. And if you do, hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you each time that I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. Once the vinyl was nicely adhered, I'm then coming with my joy word. I'm happy there you can see. I'm taking some of that gel super glue from Dollar Tree, adding it to the back of my joy word, and we are going to stick it right on there. I had a couple areas in which I had a little bit too much, so that's what I'm doing there, taking off that excess. I placed it down right there. I didn't want to have any run-in or anything seep through, so I held it there until it dried. And that is it for this one. And here is the final reveal. Don't forget to let me know which one of these is your favorite. My friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit my friends in the playlist. If you would like to watch some more of my videos, here's a suggestion, and you are more than welcome to binge away with this playlist as well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You're amazing. Bye.